I know why you don't end this relationship. But first of all, I need to say, it is extremely challenging for me to be here in front of the camera. This is completely out of my comfort zone. And I only do this in obedience to the God that I serve. Because I know there are women and men out there who need to listen to this message. And that's why I'm doing this. So let's go to the message. I know why you don't end this relationship. You might be trapped in an abusive relationship for years. A relationship of heaven and hell with someone who plays both roles, the villain and the hero in your life. And because you were so attached to the good moments with this person, the few good moments, you seem to be blind to those other moments that are literally killing you little by little. And so you keep going in this relationship, accepting the unacceptable. Maybe you don't even have a voice anymore. Maybe now you prefer to stay quiet, just to avoid another shower of offenses and accusations. Maybe you got used to walking on eggshells, just to avoid another conflict, being mistreated, being disrespected. Maybe you keep sleeping beside a partner who doesn't honor you, who doesn't make you feel like a priority in his life or in her life, accepting crumbs of love and affection, but still you don't give up on that person. And without realizing, you are little by little giving up on you, on yourself. I know that somehow you might believe that maybe God sent you to help this person change. Maybe you are the answer that will help change that person you believe you love so much. The problem is that for many of you, that seemed to be such a noble cause, right? To sacrifice yourself for the other, to tolerate the abuses of your partner, to tolerate being humiliated in the most unexpected ways. And maybe you are even tolerating violence, verbal violence, emotional violence, physical violence, in the hope that one day that person will see your value, that one day they will realize how precious you are and they will transform and become the partner who can love you as you are, who can love you as you deserve. Unfortunately, my friend, fortunately, that's not how it works. And when I say fortunately, it's because the power to change that situation is in your hands and not in the hand of others. And the day I discovered this, the power of self-responsibility, everything changed. And why do I know all of this? Because I was that woman. For over 2 years, I was stuck in an abusive relationship. And even though I knew that wasn't the right person for me, obviously not the right person for me, I still wasn't able to walk away. I wasn't able to let go. And in these 2 years, I stayed until it got me sick, until it compromised my health. And it was only when I had the courage, the truth, and the humility to live a transformational process that I discovered what held me in that situation for so long. I discovered that I had a strong root of rejection. And more than that, I was addicted, emotionally addicted. Most of us are, and we don't even know it. Science and medicine have proved that we become addicted to the most predominant feelings and emotions we experience in the first years of our childhood, especially from 0 to 12 years old. The good news are, if you were happy as a child, if you felt very loved and cared for, important, belonging, if you felt connected in love by your parents and by the most significant people in your environment, chances are that you grew up positively addicted to the feelings of happiness and love. How amazing is that, right? On the other hand, if you grew up in an environment of violence, seeing dad betraying mom or the other way around, if you grew up being constantly criticized and being accused for things you didn't do, maybe you're literally abandoned by your parents, or you felt abandoned by them somehow. There are many ways a child can feel abandoned by their parents. Those things, they have a high emotional impact on us as a child. They affect our sense of identity. And chances are that you grew up addicted to those feelings. Maybe addicted to violence, maybe addicted to injustice, to betrayal, maybe addicted to criticism, maybe addicted to humiliation, addicted to rejection and abandonment. All those feelings that were most familiar to you as a child, unfortunately. Those are emotional addictions. And the problem is, they are unconscious. We don't know we have them. And so as adults, we will unconsciously seek for relationships that will feed those addictions in one way or another. Guys, the safety of a child has its base, its foundation, not really in the amount of love that they received from their parents, but actually in the quantity and the quality of love that their parents had for each other. And that's why restoring relationships, marriage, and families, it's a dear, strong cause for me. It has a special place in my heart. And that's why as adults, we unconsciously seek for people and relationships that will feed those emotional addictions in one way or another. We become emotionally dependent. And that's how many of us end up in abusive relationships. It's like a cycle that needs a break. It's when a narcissist finds an emotionally dependent person and they feed each other's emotional addictions. There are also people who stay much longer in a relationship than they should because they feel like they owe something to that person. It's like a debt of gratitude. They feel like they need to stay. They are afraid of that person's reaction. They feel like they need to please and like they owe gratitude to that person. And there are also other people who somehow find a way to destroy their good relationships with really good people, with good partners, because of their untreated emotional addictions. These are all connected with the root of rejection. I've been through all these stages, but this is a topic for another video. I am not a relationship expert at all, but what I can tell you is I know how much the root of rejection has impacted my life, has destroyed my life and made me make really poor decisions. And that's why I'm here sharing this video with you today. So the question was no longer why my partner was abusive. The question was for what reason I attracted and I allowed that kind of relationship to enter and stay in my life for so long. I was the one who needed to change. I was the one who needed to go through the process to treat all my emotional addictions and to heal that root of rejection that was still active and still bleeding in me. You might ask, but how? How can we treat the root of rejection? How can we treat our emotional addictions? It is a journey. You know, it is written in Romans 12, do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will. Yes, that was me. I was repeating a pattern. I was repeating the pattern of my parents, the pattern of my ancestors, and the only way to break that cycle was going through something called metanoia. And metanoia means a change of mentality. New mentality, new place, new thoughts, new people, new decisions, followed by new actions. All of this ecosystem together will take you to a new result. Does it happen from one day to the other? No. Success, it's a journey. Your emotional success is a journey. It's a lifestyle. So if you are in an abusive relationship that you know it's not good for you and you feel trapped in it, you feel like you can't get out, let me tell you something. You can't change others without changing yourself first. Nobody can change others without changing themselves first. It starts here. It's you. You need to start healing. And yes, you can treat that root of rejection. Yes, you can treat your emotional addictions. Yes, you can be happy and write a new story. And yes, you can live your real identity, despite of what happened in your past. So come with me, I will share more of this content with you. And if I could do it, you can do it too. My dear friend, you were not made for crumbs. You're made and formed and created to have life, and life in abundance, in all spheres. Do not accept anything less than that. Okay? We have a deal? Yet you are only able to access God's promises for your life once you are free of those emotional addictions, distorting your self-image, and once you choose to activate and live your real identity. And only then the people you love, they will have a chance to start changing too, if they want, because they will see the new results, the new attitude, the new behavior, and the new fruits in your life. Only then you will stop being a match for those old people, circumstances, situations in your life that were feeding those old addictions that you no longer have. And now you will start attracting new relationships in all spheres, at work, in your family, in your love life. Relationships here to help you live your purpose and manifest God's best for your life in all spheres. So if you find this video helpful, please share it with as many women and men who need to hear this message today. Okay? I love you.